No, 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 you cannot say that to Uncle Wang. Do you want to destroy his face? That was the panic in my aunt's voice when I casually suggested correcting Uncle Wang's mistake at a family dinner. In my Western-trained brain, I thought I was being helpful. But to her? I was about to commit social suicide for the entire family. Meanwhile, in the US, my roommate once shouted at her boss during a team meeting, stormed out dramatically, and came back the next day like nothing happened. No one lost face. No one lost their job. In fact, she got a raise. That's when I realized, we're not just from different countries, we're from different emotional planets. So buckle up. We're about to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood cultural clashes in human history, why face matters in the East and why freedom reigns in the West. What even is a face? Let's get one thing straight, we're not talking about your literal face. This isn't skincare. In Asia, face refers to reputation, dignity, and social honor. It's invisible. Intangible. But if you lose it, oh boy. You feel it everywhere. Face is what keeps you from yelling at a waiter in front of your parents. Face is why you'll endure a boring speech without rolling your eyes, because someone important is watching. It's like a social credit score, except no one tells you your number. You just know when it's going up or crashing. In the West, people have dignity and pride too, but it's different. You can speak your mind, disagree in public, even roast your boss on Twitter, and it's called freedom of expression. In the East, that's called career destruction and parental disappointment. Picture this. You're at a meeting in Beijing. Someone presents a terrible idea like Titanic hitting an iceberg bad. In the West, people might say, that's not going to work. Let's rethink this. Did you eat glue as a child? But in the East, you'll hear, that's interesting. Let's explore other possibilities. Maybe later? Translation? That idea is going straight into the trash. But politely. Quietly. With honor intact. Because in Eastern culture, the goal isn't to win the argument, it's to preserve the relationship. You don't make someone look bad in public. Ever. Meanwhile, in the West, people believe in the noble power of debate. If you disagree, you say so. Loudly. Preferably with a microphone. It's not personal, it's principle. In the East, it's always personal. Let's say you're invited to dinner in a Chinese household. Your host makes a dish that tastes like spicy rubber bands. In the West, you might say, thanks, but not really my thing. In the East? You smile. You nod. You say, So unique. Because telling someone you dislike their food is like saying, your ancestors made bad life choices and so did you. And the host will lose face. Now imagine the reverse. A Chinese guest in America might keep silent during dinner. When asked if they like the casserole, they respond, it's okay. The host is crushed. She hated it. She hated me. I failed as a human being. No, she was just trying not to give herself too much face. That's right, too much face is also a thing. Let's talk about job applications. In America, resumes read like superhero bios. I'm a visionary leader with 10 years of experience disrupting vertical markets while synergizing scalable solutions. In China, resumes often say, I hope to work hard and learn humbly from others. Because in the West, self-promotion is a sign of confidence. In the East, it's a red flag for arrogance. If you walk into an interview in New York saying, I'm the best at what I do, people nod and think, nice. If you say the same thing in Tokyo, they'll think, this person is a dangerous narcissist. Why? Because in the East, the group matters more than the individual. You shine, but not too brightly. You achieve, but you stay modest. That's called keeping your face straight. Imagine two co-workers, one American, one Chinese. A mistake happens. The American says, "It wasn't my fault. The system failed. Let's fix it." The Chinese colleague says, "I deeply apologize. I take full responsibility." Now, who actually caused the problem? Trick question. Neither of them might have. But their responses reflect opposite cultural goals. In the West, the focus is on solutions and accountability. If it's not your fault, say so. Own your space. In the East, the focus is on harmony and hierarchy. You say sorry to protect the group, even if it means eating humble pie for dinner. Sometimes, face isn't about truth. It's about balance. And knowing when to look bad for the greater good. Let's get real about freedom. In the West, freedom is often defined as the right to express yourself. You can disagree, protest, wear pineapple on pizza, and call it art. In the East, freedom is more about peace of mind. It's the comfort of harmony, the absence of drama, and the ability to walk into any room without bad blood. In the West, being right feels like victory. In the East, not having to prove you're right is victory. That's why many Asian parents will go their entire lives not saying "I love you" directly. Not because they don't, but because the love is shown through sacrifice, support, and never embarrassing you in front of your cousins. In the West, love is direct. Loud. Tattooed on forearms. Screamed into the void. In the East, love is whispered in soup. Let's say your boss criticizes you in public. In America, you might say, "I disagree with that." In Korea, you might say, "Yes, I'll reflect deeply." And then cry in the bathroom. Why? Because public confrontation in the East burns bridges. In the West, it builds your brand. East, don't rock the boat. West, flip the boat if it's going the wrong way. Both sides think they're right. Both are doing what they believe protects dignity, just in totally opposite ways. Western family dinner. Politics, religion, personal trauma, everything's fair game. There's yelling, swearing, dramatic exits. Then, pumpkin pie. Eastern family dinner. Everyone pretends everything is fine. Even if someone is clearly not fine. You just silently pass the dumplings and pray nobody brings up your GPA. Face culture means tension is hidden, not solved. But that doesn't mean it's fake. It just means emotions are private property. In contrast, Western culture values emotional transparency, even if it means Thanksgiving turns into courtroom drama with mashed potatoes as collateral damage. So, who's got it right? Here's the big reveal: both are right. And both are ridiculous. Face culture teaches us how to be considerate, how to read the room, how to protect dignity. But it can also suppress emotion, avoid healthy conflict, make people fear honesty. Freedom culture teaches us how to speak up, how to assert boundaries, how to embrace uniqueness. But it can also justify rudeness, encourage ego trips, make every dinner feel like a therapy session. The magic isn't in choosing one or the other. It's in knowing when to switch gears. So the next time someone from the East deflects a compliment, or someone from the West overshares at brunch, take a breath. They're not weird. They're just fluent in different emotional languages. Maybe in the end, face and freedom are two sides of the same chopstick. One keeps the group stable. The other keeps the individual strong. And somewhere in the middle, probably at a dumpling restaurant with jazz music, lies the sweet spot. If you enjoyed this East versus West emotional roller coaster, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more cultural confessions, awkward translations, and dinner table diplomacy only at the Culture Clash Cafe. Because hey, in the game of face and freedom, we're all just trying not to spill the soup.